So there were a lot of highlights. You know, I think everyone was eagerly anticipating, you know, Tim Armstrong joined Arianna because he just bought her company, and so that was a big moment. And having that conversation and hearing more about what that was about and why it was happening, that was I think a highlight. Another highlight was the drama between Mahalo, which is a company that is competing in the content space with Demand and Associated, and Seed, and they're run by a bomb thrower, I would say, and he came in and threw a bomb, and then having the thread of that, you know, sort of when you have conflict, you have narrative, and I think that was really good. You had Luke from Yahoo responding to that, I think, in a very professional manner, and Peter Gruber, who I think was who showed why he's who he is when it comes to that. So that was a highlight. And Peter himself was just extraordinary. I mean, one of the best. I mean, the theme of the whole conference was content, and content is about narrative and stories. And Peter's one of the best storytellers I've ever met. I mean, his movies, Flashdance, Rain Man, you know, are incredible. But the stories that he told on stage were really extraordinary. Particularly, my favorite was the one he told about Jack Warner, the head of Warner Brothers, who taught him how to be a better leader. And how to deal with people who come into your office with problems. And as a CEO for over a decade, I wish someone had told me that 11 years ago. So that was great. And then I think will.i.am at the end. You know, I mean, if you think about it, the two biggest stories in our industry over the last 4 days were the Super Bowl and AOL's purchase of Huffington Post. And we had, you know, the guy who did the Super Bowl halftime show and 2 ads that bracketed those shows, will.i.am, and we had the 2 people who did that purchase on stage today. So to have those bookends was pretty extraordinary. And will.i.am was, I mean, inspiring. Really an incredible person. So that's some of the highlights anyway.